Following the high-level talks with the U.S. and Bahamian government on Monday on mutual crime issues, including the trafficking of narcotics, humans, and firearms, an agreement between the two countries was formalized and signed by Minister of Foreign Affairs Fred Mitchell and Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for the U.S. Liliana Ayalde. The agreement provides an additional $2.1 million as part of the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative. Meantime, yesterday, Prime Minister Christie pointed out that one of the more problematic areas in the country is that of the smuggling of illegal high-powered weapons. Today, Minister Mitchell said another vexing issue for Bahamians is human smuggling. The agreement calls for the Bahamas to do its homework and follow up on the use of technology to track illegal immigrants on land.
Is how people in slow-moving boats can launch off the north of Haiti and get all the way up into the middle of the country before being detected. There are a number of reasons for that. One is they said from the U.S. point of view, there's already cooperation between our forces and theirs in trying to stop this interdiction coming out of ships coming out of the north. And they believe they're having a 90% success in stopping the ships from coming through. But of course, every time you have a high-profile one that gets by, this of course becomes, the public becomes more agitated.
Meantime, Minister Mitchell said the government is following up on a specific type of radar and will hold discussions on what this type of equipment will cost, where the government can acquire it, and how it'll work. In the meantime, he says there's mounting concern with changing laws in Cuba on how people exit that country.
The question is, what will be the impacts of this? That's why we have an intelligence agency, which is now headed by the former Commodore Scavella, and this is to gather information. We talked about information sharing with the Americans. They made some suggestions and contributions toward trying to help us organize the National Intelligence Agency. I think there's a better understanding of the policing issues, so all of that we'll be looking at.
$2 million was allocated during the budget for the repatriation of illegals. Minister Mitchell says to date, some 2,000 persons have been returned to their countries.